Alright guys, Kroenke here, back again today. Big news has come out over the last couple of hours or so related to the CDL capping at 12 teams. We'll go into that and a load of other news in the course of this video. There's probably been an announcement by the time this video is going live related to the New York City spot. Don't want to speculate too much as to what that announcement is, but if it has been announced, I will leave it down in the pinned comment below, and I will cover that of course tomorrow. So I'd like if you guys enjoy the video, subscribe if you are new as always. Lots of stuff to actually discuss today. It seems to be like that every day right now. Lots of things going on, so I hope I can keep you guys updated as best as possible. Very interesting news coming out from Activision yesterday, announcing that there's going to be a Special Ops survival mode available on PS4 only, and it won't be on other platforms until October 2020 is the big thing. Now I looked at this and thought, is this some sort of typo? Is this meant to be like November 2019, like maybe a month after it comes out on PS4? But it's really crazy considering what we've heard about PS4 exclusivity for Modern Warfare being lax a little bit. Everyone gets the new map packs at the same time. The idea was that PS4 people would only get like a one-day advantage in terms of the maps when the game launches. Apparently this is where they're going to do it. Play first on PS4. It won't be available on other platforms for an entire year, which is crazy. Not particularly related to competitive, but not really something we want to be seeing. Well, at least not what I was expecting, right? So this is the New York City thing right here, just real quick. Look at the top left corner. If you zoom in on the top left, you see something that says look at the scope, and then you see something in the scope that says look at the barrel, and you see announcement tomorrow right here. So there's going to be an announcement today. This comes out from the CCL, so the College Call of Duty League, saying that you won't be able to play on Xbox, only PS4 only. In accordance with event guidelines, play must occur on PS4, and it's decided PC players will have too large of an inherent advantage due to con speeds, frame rate, field of view, screen size, etc. This is, I guess, an inevitability. It was confirmed on Reddit here that this is correct, so that it's a requirement to be able to run the CCL that you have it on PS4 only. And, it definitely makes a lot of sense with the PC situation. I just think it's maybe somewhat unfortunate for guys that maybe go into college and they thought, well, with crossplay coming into play, I can play on my Xbox, my mates can play on PS4, we can play in the CCL, maybe can make something out of this. Not going to happen, you're going to have to buy a PS4, but at the end of the day, it's something I all expected, so, and I'm sure a lot of you guys did as well. So, thought I'd mention that at the very least. Moving onwards then, Bad Moon Talent, who signed up Maven a couple of days ago, have now confirmed Nameless to be on the talent roster. So just thought I'd go past this. The fact that Talent are signing with these organizations is pretty interesting. Confirms for sure that these guys are not necessarily confirmed, which is what I heard ages ago as well, to be brought back in Activision CDL next year. The current talent desk of Pac-Man Study, Nameless and Katie, nowhere near confirmed that those guys will be coming back this season. Who knows exactly what's going to happen. So yeah, interesting to see these guys signing with a talent organization, maybe Nameless if I'm sure he'll find his spot in Call of Duty. I think he was the best fit on the desk, to be honest, out of all the guys. But, if he isn't there, maybe he's considering other options, moving elsewhere. And I guess it makes sense to have a talent agency behind you. Very interesting, though, because I don't even think Bad Moon Talent are, registered as an agency yet. Of course, Vicento related here, Andrew Drake related to this organization. Both co-CEOs or co-founders, whatever. One's a CEO, one's a CFO. I think maybe Vicento's the CFO. But anyway, a lot of friendship stuff going on here. Maven, I think, was a bigger take from them than Nameless is, because maybe Nameless is closer with Vicento and those guys. I don't know. But still something I thought I'd bring to your guys' attention. Aches says this. Now, this pretty much confirms the Dallas team may be set in stone, and Aches is leaving Envy. And he says, update, unrestricted free agents. Their contracts ended today. Now, who knows where the hell he's going to go? Because he was rumoured to that Minnesota team a little bit ago, and Silly said they're not going to be on it. Bevel says the same thing. He says he's now unrestricted yesterday, so we don't know, and it really implies that Aches doesn't have a team yet, which is interesting to me. Hopefully he will land somewhere, because the rivalries will be very spicy, and he was pretty damn good at the last boots on the ground game. Just wanted to relate the Bevel's tweet to this, when he said about a week ago now, don't you just love it when it starts coming together? Aches says congrats brother, happy for you. I thought this was related to the CDL, but apparently they're saying they're unrestricted free agents. It's probably not. So moving onwards, let's please zoom out of this one just to confirm real real quick, the Bevel's thing, it means their contract expired with Envy, and the ones they signed last year have expired, so that's why this situation's occurring. Maybe some bait here, so thanks to Fernando for mentioning this to me. If you guys do want to at me in anything on Twitter to make sure I don't miss it, feel free to follow me on Twitter down below and at me in anything you may see that's of interest, even if it's rumours or something to read into. Thought this was quite interesting. Stream won't be live until the afternoon today. Got some important business to take care of. Merk fires back with a contract signing tweet. Maybe it's bait, maybe it's not, who knows. But it does kind of imply that maybe TP's doing some contract related stuff to do with maybe coaching, maybe as an analyst. Who knows exactly, right? But maybe a player. Probably not. But yeah, that was something I thought I'd run past you guys because maybe announcements will come out soon. And then this is another rumour, just as another little bit of added confirmation that maybe this Scump former Arcites Envoy and Gunless team is coming together. Of course, Gunless and Arcites here sharing a photograph, so a couple of days ago now, but I thought I'd mention it regardless because it kind of does imply that that team is going to be a thing. Here we go. This is the big news of the last few hours or so. Zav Dematos, however you want to pronounce it, he says it's a lock at 12. So I'll link this article down below from the Washington Post. He is deeply related with the Call of Duty stuff, head of PR COD Esports. So, you know, he's been around for a long time. This is what the article says, just to go through it real quick. The new, yet to be named Call of Duty Esports League, which a lot of people have been calling the CDL, the Call of Duty League, in line with what the Overwatch League is called, the OWL. So just to make that clear, has officially capped its Season 1 membership at 12 teams and will play in teams' home market in 2020, furthering the Activision Blizzard vision of anchoring competitive gaming franchises to specific cities and regions. The teams based in Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, London, Minnesota, New York, Paris, Seattle and Toronto, with 2 in Los Angeles, one owned by Immortals, one owned by Kroenke, I believe it's meant to be pronounced, was sold via the same franchise model Activision Blizzard employed with its creation of the Overwatch League, which is now finishing its 2nd season of competition. The OWL is also set to begin a home market play in 2020. So this is the home and away stuff. Now, look, as far as I know, there is going to be competition in all the cities. So for example, in London and Paris, there will be games played, but I don't see how exactly you're going to do a home and away. Like, for example, are you going to have the home team in London? Every team from, like, the London team is going to be based in the States anyway for practice, so keep that in mind. But is every team from the States going to fly over to London and play home and away games against the London team while they're there? So, like, is the London team going to be playing 11 games, like most of their games for the league, and against all the other teams? And then all the other teams just fly to London to just play one game, and every single game the London guys are playing, like they don't get any break. How does that even work? So my thinking is that they will do some form of touring the league around the world. I feel like it makes more sense to do that logistically, does it not? But then again, if you're saying we're doing home and away and you're going to be playing in your home market, then maybe they're going for something different, but it's yet to be seen. While some franchises will carry over from the COD World League, which was shuttered this summer, this new iteration will include several ownership groups from the OWL. In all, 10 of the 12 league's ownership groups will operate teams in the ODL and the OWL. So Rect Global, who is a newcomer in London. Wise Ventures, I believe, is the Minnesota spot, I think, with Gary V. So maybe I'm getting that wrong. Anyway, very interesting. It's capped at 12. There were rumours it was going to go up to 16, but I mentioned the other day that that was probably quite unlikely given the teams that would maybe be considering investing are thinking now, looking back at the players that they can get, being like, well, what's the point of investing? All the good players have been snapped up. And at the same time, Activision's like, well, if we can't have 4 organisations that are really set, then we're not going to have 13, 14, 15 teams. Just doesn't work. Best to stick to 12 teams now, prove it can be a success year 1, then pick up some more teams next year, expand to 16, 18, 20 teams, whatever. Their goal is 28 long term, which would be incredible. So just to finish off with here, we have the following from Atlanta COD. Seeing people getting better every day makes me happy. Please welcome another mastermind to our growing coaching staff, RJ the Sloth Bear. So I'll play the video for you guys in a second. Might as well do it now.
The new format this year, transitioning from the CWL, I think it's going to be, it might be weird at first, but I think that it's going to be better. There's much more time to like go over stuff, prepare for teams that you're going to be playing. I think it's better for like the whole coaching world, to be honest. It might be like better for that. Also, I think it's going to give players and teams like a better chance to show how good they really are, because there's just been like events over the past few years, and if someone has a bad weekend, it doesn't show how good they actually are. Being around the scene for a while, you know, like the type of players that might slack off, might not listen to plays being cracked and stuff like that. I think so. It definitely starts with having the right people, like who are willing to listen, get better, and also just having the skill. And I think we have the best of both worlds, to be honest. Now that we have more hands on deck, I think like there's more that we can do to focus on the individual progress of players. Like obviously, as a coach, like last year, if I see someone doing something wrong, I'm like gonna help them. But this year, I think we can put way more time into just helping someone's individual gameplay. My drive to be a coach and to help all these players out, it just comes from just seeing people do good, to be honest with you. I feel like I've always known how to play Call of Duty at like a high level. I just need the chance to just show people. And just seeing people work on what their problems are every day and getting better, it just makes me happy, to be honest.
So RJ was the coach for FaZe Clan this year. I guess I'll just play this so it's something's going on in the background. He was the coach for FaZe Clan and he was joined mid-season by EasyMac. If you guys don't know EasyMac, early this year, in February time when the league was just starting up, he was putting up these scoreboards onto Twitter and I was using them in my videos. And since then, for doing all this hard work, he got picked up to FaZe Clan as their analyst for the latter half of the Black Ops 4 season. Now, where he goes, who knows? I've been informed by him that he's in a good place. And my thinking is that, let's just think about what's happened with Atlanta. Crowder was announced as Atlanta's head coach 2 days ago, or I guess this was announced yesterday, so 3 days ago. RJ was announced yesterday, so they seem to be doing their announcements kind of 2 days apart. Apparently there might be an announcement coming out from them tomorrow, and my thinking is that probably with RJ and EasyMac working in the latter half of the season, EasyMac of course was on FaZe and Celium is rumoured to be on this Atlanta team, so I think those guys got along, so it kind of works. So my thinking is that EasyMac is going to be announced as the analyst for the upcoming Atlanta CoD team tomorrow. Maybe getting that wrong, but maybe he's going to a completely different city, but I know he's got something in the works. So this is pretty interesting. Of course, RJ, a guy that a lot of you guys probably haven't heard of, but he was probably a pretty underrated coach. From what EasyMac tells me, he was a great individual and someone that a lot of the FaZe guys think was really, really valuable to their team, even though we don't hear too much about him. So I'm sure him as the assistant coach to Crowder, with potentially EasyMac backing them up, could be a pretty deadly coaching staff, put together with all these cracked out young guns, Simpa, Beezy, Celium, Maniac and Priester. Like, we're really talking about a fun team to watch, right? So that's really cool stuff. Just to finish off with it, actually is an article on Dylan CoD, which I thought I'd link down below. Pretty much an article on him joining this London, of course, what am I saying, Call of Duty team and the amount of cash he's making. And pretty cool, right? A story that the papers are jumping on. Dylan said on Twitter, honestly blows my mind every day with the situation my life is in and how blessed I am to do this as a job. Pretty funny story from his mum. So his mum Heather told Belfast Live his whole family is incredibly proud of him. His dad and I are obviously delighted for him, his sisters as well. This last year has been a whirlwind. Of course, it's been such a whirlwind. Like, only earlier this season did he make his debut after being a substitute on the Reciprocity team and coming over from the Team Sweden squad earlier in the year. I never saw the potential in gaming as a career a few years ago. Dylan was always adamant he wanted to be a professional gamer, though I was always concerned about the time he spent gaming. There were numerous rows, and I did actually throw his console in the bin years ago, but his dad gave it back to him. So fair play to old man Henderson, right? So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching the video as always. Like if you did enjoy it, subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.